Andrew's company was organized to run according to their strength. The industry was divided into categories. Research and development was Corey's segment. Corey developed a method of evaluating the trends towards size, performance, and MTBF. Marketing was Terry's section. Terry set the price, promotion budget, and sales forecast for each product. An Excel spreadsheet was created to keep track of the data from previous years. Production and HR was my part. I evaluated the number of units to manufacture based on marketing and carrying inventories. Capacity and automation were also evaluated. A specific Excel spreadsheet was created that took into account inventories, market growth, and expected market growth or penetration. Finance was Larry's part. Larry's primary responsibility is to make sure Andrews did not run out of money. He oversaw the issuance of stocks. We were never able to issue dividends or retire much stocks because of the issues we faced introducing new products and forecasting. Once an emergency loan was received, Larry worked hard to return Andrews to a profitable company. Competitive analysis was Max's part. Max was able to compare and contrast other companies' competitive stance. He created another Excel document that analyzed other competitive strategies. There was a lot of interdepartment coordination between the executive team. The R&D and marketing departments, as well as the production departments, had to work together to create awareness, accessibility, while producing enough to meet market demand. It was also imperative that the finance department and Larry work in conjunction with all the departments to ensure profits remain positive. We were able to look at the worst case and best case scenarios to determine outcomes.
Strategic decisions were made as a team with the Andrews Group. As a strategic plan, we chose the niche differentiation using high technology. We wanted to have 2 to 3 products in every category for high-end, performance, and size. For our R&D section, R&D was a significant part of our strategic process. Our goal of niche differentiation relied heavily on constantly re-engineering our products to appropriately satiate high-technology customers. Our decision on how to re-engineer was based on 2 criteria. First, positioning our products ahead of the drifting market. This was done by analyzing drift rates of the specific markets and matching components such as performance and size to the spot of the grid we wanted to be when the product was released. This was often reanalyzed based on the time needed for engineering. Secondly, we wanted to have our products slightly away from the pack of our competitors. We accomplished this by either adding more size or more performance based off the industry average. For our production strategic decision making, our production output was based solely on our forecasted sales projections. We created our production schedule by using the following calculations, simply projections minus current inventory. Since our products were high-end, we did not increase our automation of our lines, but we did add capacity in the anticipation of market growth. Now, when speaking of sales and our forecasting, our strategic decision-making process for forecasting was to analyze where our products were currently in the market and where they would be based on re-engineering. We also analyzed competing products in the market and best guessed their trending position to make assumptions about market gain or market loss. In addition, we took into account all marketing efforts that were being deployed. Pricing promotions. We wanted to place a strong emphasis on our products through marketing due to the high-end nature of our products. We often spent more money than the industry average in order to gain more attention. Our promo budget maxed out all channels in which products were considered a good or fair match, and our sales budgets maxed out the distribution channels based on if they were favorable to our products, such as inside sales and outside sales reps. Our financial strategy was to keep our long-term debt down and focus on stock offerings. We did not retire stock or debt before they became due, and we analyzed and funded all of our P&E investments needed to keep our business strategy executable and sustainable.
Many of Andrew's strategic adjustments were based observing our customers and either out-positioning them, strengthening certain aspects of our customer survey, or out-marketing them. Our customer survey buying criteria was continually monitored to ensure that our focused products were meeting our customers' requirements. We actively monitored the perceived age, awareness, accessibility on our high-end size and performance products to be sure they'd be within acceptable parameters. We performed analysis to determine which of our products where our products were positioned and where we would want them to be on a size versus performance matrix. Because we wanted to move swiftly and gain a large market share, we basically stuck to our guns with our business level strategy and performance size and high-end markets. We didn't feel we really had the time to wait a couple years, see where our competitors' products were going, and then move accordingly. So we stuck to our guns. When we were allowed to use TQM, we invested in CPI systems, vendor GIT green programs, mainly to reduce material costs and to a lesser degree labor costs. We felt this was necessary to reduce our costs, just to increase our margins, as that's primarily where our competitors were killing us. We also invested in HR. We invested in moderate levels of recruiting and training hours just to increase our productivity and to lower employee turnover. But strategy-wise, we really tried to make as few adjustments as possible, just to keep our strategy. What's the word I'm looking for?
Going sustainable,
Sustainable.
executable. Hear, hear.
We are TNG and we are creating cash cows.
The Andrews team experienced several ups and downs over the 8 years of chip production. In the beginning, our entire focus on resources was based on introducing the best products in the sweet spot of the high-end performance and size markets. Over the long term, we felt we could have invested more in TQM to gain long-term benefit. However, we kept our focus on R&D. In year 3, our products in the low-end and traditional markets were losing money, and our forecasting for the products in the strategic niche that we wanted to be in created extraordinary inventory carrying costs. Unfortunately, we ended up with a $39 million loan from Big Al. We decided to stick with our guns, completely focused on the high-end performance and size markets. We eliminated our low-end and traditional products to pay off the Big Al loan. We kept our focus on marketing, human resources, and TQM consistent, while only making modest increases in expected market share. At this point, we realized that our forecasting was our main inhibitor to Andrews being extremely successful. We researched every way we think of possible to explain the inability to correctly forecast. We compared all of our products to the competition. We noticed that our products were superior to most competitors. Our products had awareness and accessibility scores that in most cases exceeded the competition. However, despite having a superior product with a high customer awareness and accessibility, our customer survey scores in many cases were lower than competition. We did identify the issue. Each time we introduced or updated a new product, we designed the product to be placed in the sweet spot during December of the following year. Essentially, we developed products that led the market too far ahead and spent the majority of their time in the forward rough cut waiting for the market to catch up. We noticed that a couple of times due to resources that we could not update products and let them fall outside the sweet spot early enough, and in fact, that's when sales were improved. We learned that our products were just simply leading the market too far. Andrew feels that this is our greatest error, however we remedy this situation, and in the future we'll be able to improve.
When Andrews originally took over the company, we had a stock price of $34.25. However, we made a few mistakes, and by round 3, our stock price was just $1. Since then, however, we've had a 91% compounded growth rate, and we're now at $48.12 since round 3. We also have a AA rated bond, and it's the highest in our industry. Now, we have learned from our mistakes. We know what we need to do going forward. And some of the outline is we're going to continue to invest more in TQM to reduce our labor and materials costs. We're also going to invest heavily in HR, and this is going to be done to increase our productivity of our workers. We're going to slow the development of our products to more closely match the customer's demands. One of the things that really hurt us was we were always way ahead of the curve, and this isn't what customers were expecting. Overall, we're going to continue to stay on our current strategic path because it's been working for us. We expect to show significant growth in the following years. Stick around and join us on our journey to industry leadership.
3, 2.
One word for you. Sensors.
When Andrews originally took over the company,